We're driving around
the Palisades.
Yeah, we're gonna educate and hopefully have some fun. Welcome to our first episode. We got Chad Singer and Anthony Margulis. I'm so excited to be having you in the car right now. I look at you as a younger version of me.
I'm LA born and raised, and I've been in real estate for a little over 6 years.
Much better looking, a lot more hair, much funnier. No, but in all seriousness, look, you and I have been fortunate. We've sold 1,200 homes. Most of them in the Palisades, Brentwood, Santa Monica neighborhoods. So we've sold homes now 2, 3, 4 times. We're selling a lot of our clients' kids' homes now.
Yeah, multi-generational.
That's why a lot of agents who aren't familiar with the Palisades, they don't know the difference between the Huntington and the Riviera and Sunset Mesa and Will Rogers.
There's so many different pockets
So many different pockets, and they all have their own uniqueness to it.
You know, if someone says to you, what are the differences between like the Huntington and the Riviera, right? They're both gorgeous areas. If you have a client, right, or someone looking and they like both areas, how would you kind of discern them?
So it's a good question. Huntington, a lot of people like because you can walk to the village.
Yeah.
Riviera, you can't really walk to the village as much, and typically it depends on your family makeup, Chad. So if you have a client that has young kids, for the most part, the wealthier neighborhoods are not going to have 20 and 30-year-olds unless, you know, there was some Bitcoin or made a ton of money doing something. So the Riviera prices start at $7 million for the teardowns, and they go upwards of $83 million. Most expensive house to sell in Riviera was on Santa Onofre. It sold in July of 2021 to a 26-year-old kid, first-time home buyer. He sold his company, Lumens, self-driving car company. So Huntington will have a little bit younger crowd, and then the Alphabet Streets, Via Bluffs, and Omedio Bluffs has a little bit even younger crowd because those homes trade from $2 million to $5 million.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Typically. You go to Castellamar, and they're more 3-level homes.
Yeah.
There's not much yards.
More hillside.
And they're more ocean views. So it really depends on the neighborhood that you want and to get to know that neighborhood. Palisades is really unique, Chad. Santa Monica, Brentwood, Malibu typically has 6 or 7 geographical submarkets. Palisades, are you ready for this drum roll? 13 geographical submarkets. So it has double the number of areas. And look, the Palisades is one of only 3 walking villages in Southern California. Some would argue that you could have other little communities, but in general, Laguna Beach, Larchmont Village, and the Palisades. Some people say, well, what about Brentwood and Santa Monica? And I'm like, those aren't really villages.
No.
You don't have literally 500 homes that are within a 4-block radius, probably close to 1,000 homes. Because in the entire Palisades, there's 6,000 homes. We're in the Huntington Palisades. Nice wide streets, beautiful homes, larger lots. Love this neighborhood. This is where you want to be, 100%. You can get low-end homes on smaller lots on Toyota for typically around $3 million, and they're going to need some work. And then they go upwards of about $30 to $40 million on Corona Del Mar. And I'm going to show you one of the most expensive dog parks in the entire country. So on the right here, probably a half-acre lot, maybe 3/4 of an acre. Easily, if that were to sell, it'd probably go for at least $20 million.
And is that public for everyone?
Only for the Huntington residents.
Oh, wow.
Very, very cool. Now, what letter of the alphabet's missing in the alphabet street? Tell me. It's J. It goes Albright, Ashford, Cary, Drummond, Embry, Fisk, Galloway, Hartselle, Iliff, no J, and then now we're on Kagawa. Who knew? Now we're coming up to Chautauqua. One of the best celebrities lives on Chautauqua. I'm not gonna say where on Chautauqua, but Billy Crystal.
Oh, wow.
Our favorite comedian and former honorary mayor. Him and his wife were honorary mayors of the Palisades.
That's awesome. So it sounds like alphabets are great if you're a little bit younger, better introductory price point, quicker access to the village, kind of seems to be what this place is all about.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. One of the most challenging years in real estate. Interest rates go from 2.5% to 8% overnight. Transactions are down 32% in the entire country. People are nervous. 83% of buyers say it's not a good time to buy a home right now. That you are having one of the best years ever. What are you doing that's different and unique that maybe they can learn from?
In regards to dealing with buyers, dealing with sellers, I really am coming from a place of honesty. Here's an example. I'll have a buyer come up to me and say, hey, I don't think it's a good time to buy a home right now. And I go, well, maybe it's not a good time to buy a home right now. Let's talk about it. Why do you think it's not a good time to buy a home right now?
So it sounds like you're more of a consultant.
Yeah.
And you're building a relationship.
I don't sell homes, I sell relationships.
Nice.
I know any home I sell,
I'm 20-year relationship with the client.
I'm looking to be in business 30, 40 years from now, and you only do that through honest, ethical practices. So when I ever sell someone a home, I'm assuming I'm gonna have to sell this several years from now.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Flash forward 30 years from now. You're gonna have no hair like me? That's what you're saying?
You know what? Probably not. Knock on wood. Knock on wood somewhere.
You're having the best year in real estate. What have you done to succeed?
You have to be going above and beyond. Everyone knows an agent and their grandma who's an agent, right? So if you know that there's this overinflation of agents, inventory is low. You're right, it's a down market. Are you knocking neighborhoods? Are you cold calling people to find homes for your clients? Are you putting your money where your mouth is and sending mailers to homes and letting your clients know you're doing it? I'm doing that. We're doing this for our clients. I'm not doing it for me. Are you just waiting for a property to hit Redfin and Zillow and wait for your client to call you? Or are you trying to find inventory off market, you know, leveraging relationships, really putting boots on the ground? What are you doing differently that your client can't do on their own?
Sorry, camera. We're going by my favorite restaurant right here.
Chipotle.
Chipotle. See, that's my class. I'm not very classy on food. This is a street called Pampas Ricas. This is the best street to learn how to ride a bike. This is where my kids learned how to ride a bike. This is where they do the 5K and 10K race at the 4th of July. A few thousand people come out.
Wow.
They have beautiful fireworks and they do the race around the Huntington. What's cool about some of these streets too, they have what's called specimen trees, and the trees are just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's like a forest.
Like 100-year-old trees, really, really pretty. So this is where Alma Real turns into Corona del Mar. Gorgeous ocean views right now.
So nice.
So I could turn the camera around. Coming up on the right, these lots, they're typically about 40 and 50,000 square foot lots, but they're about 20,000 usable. The rest drops down to PCH. One of these other houses up here, about 25 years ago, I knocked on the door, my client was interested in buying it, and the pool was drained. And I said, why is the pool drained? And they said, because they're doing work on the tennis court. I said, well, what tennis court? They go, it fell off the hill.
Whoa, what tennis court? Look down below, you'll see it.
So Chad, everyone says get a review, but what does that mean? What does that do?
Yeah, so reviews I think are just worth their weight in gold. Think about it, you wanna go to a nice restaurant, right? You're probably gonna check the Yelp reviews if you haven't been there before, right? For a restaurant, that's not a big amount of money. For the biggest financial decision of your life, you're going to look up who this human being is. You're gonna wanna see testimonials, experiences, and if I Google and I can't find anything about that person, that's gonna breed a lot of uncertainty in me. I'm gonna be a little nervous. You know, I actually have over 50 Zillow reviews that I've gotten from clients that trusted me and had a great experience. And so one of the things I do at the end of every transaction is I go to my clients, I know we had an amazing relationship doing this, I know we knocked it out of the park. If you could just share some brief words, I share the link, it would be great. And you know what? Every client, for the most part, always feels comfortable leaving that review. It's amazing because when new clients want to work with me, they have a huge booklet of past experiences to see. I love doing it the second I can let them know that we closed on their sale. I give them their closing gift. I love giving my clients great closing gifts. Find the happiest moment where they know, wow, Chad really came through for me. And that's when you do the ask. You know?
Smart. I gotta tell you, if no one thinks we're good salespeople, if they saw our wives, they would be like, you guys are the best salespeople in the entire planet.
You know, if you can sell, you can sell, you know?
Chad, this has been great.
It's been a great time.
You know what? I think we do a road trip to Dallas.
I'm down.
What do you think?
I'm kind of down.
Should we bring the wives?
In the back seat, you know?
Yeah, what do you think?
Slow down, Anthony.